Hi, kitty cats. Okay, another reading time. And again, we're reading from this book, Women in Science, 50 Fearless Pioneers Who Changed the World by Rachel Ignatowski, right? Anyways, today we're going to be reading about Edith Clarke. She's an electrical engineer. She said she created some of the first software for electrical engineering. She invented a graphical calculator to help solve equations involving hyperbolic functions. She was expert in equivalent circuits and graphical analysis. She was the first female electrical engineer. And she said, there is no demand for women engineers as such as there are for women doctors. But there's always a demand for anyone who can do a good piece of work. That's what she says. Okay, Edith Clarke was born in Maryland in 1883. Tragedy struck when both of her parents died before she turned 12. She used the money she inherited to pay for college and would never let anything hold her back from becoming an electrical engineer. After earning her bachelor's degree from Vassar, Edith spent some time studying at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. She paused her studies to start work as a human computer for AT&T. Before mechanical computers, engineers and scientists would rely on a group of people crunching complicated math formulas to aid them in their work. At the time, human computing was seen as women's work and engineering was seen as men's work. Determined to finish her education, Edith left her job and enrolled at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. In 1919, she became the first woman to graduate from MIT with a master's degree in electrical engineering. Still, she could only find work crunching numbers. General Electric hired her to calculate and train other women. While working as a human calculator, she invented a new graphical calculator, and because she was only a part-time employee, GE missed out on claiming the rights to it. She filed a patent in 1921, which became official in 1925. Now equations with hyperbolic function could easily be solved. GE still wouldn't recognize her as an engineer, so the same year she invented her calculator, she quit. For a year she taught in Constantinople, now Istanbul, Turkey, and traveled the world. Her absence must have made an impression because when she returned in 1922, GE hired her as the first official female electrical engineer. Edith continued to create more efficient methods of calculating equations. She made it easier for engineers to manage large, complicated power systems. She also figured out how to get the most power possible out of transmission lines. Edith retired from GE in 1945 and went on to teach at the University of Texas for 10 years. Her work gained respect in the electrical engineering community. In 1948, she became the first female fellow of the American Institute of Electrical Engineers. Edith Clarke was a trailblazer and proved that a woman can definitely do a man's job. First, she was the first woman to be allowed to share her paper with the American Institute of Electrical Engineers. She published 18 technical papers in 22 years. She won the Society of Women Engineers Achievement Award in 1954. She was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. She grew up with a reading and writing learning disability. Oh, wow. She wrote one of the most important books on electrical engineering, circuit analysis of AC power systems. She was first female professor in her field in the United States. She helped design hydroelectric dams. So this was Edith Clarke, electrical engineer. Right? Wonderful. All right. That's all for now. Until next time, good night, sleep tight, don't let the bedbugs bite. Mwah.